It is known simply as the shot. Michael Jordan's buzzer beater that eliminated Cleveland from last season's playoffs. Since the shot, the Bulls have soared all the way to the conference finals last year, and they own the second-best record in the East this season. Since the shot, the Cavs have been down and out, decimated by injuries and inconsistent play. Cleveland has been below the 500 mark all season. Now healthy again, the Cavs of Coach Lenny Wilkens are making a desperate run at a playoff berth.
Michael Jordan is averaging 33 a game against the league, 44 a game against Cleveland. What's the story?
Well, I think that when you look at Michael Jordan, first of all, his greatness, has been so much talked about. But Cleveland plays him more head up than they do the other ball players. They don't double him as much. They want to limit Pippen and Grant and what those players can do. I think tonight they're going to have to try to get the ball out of Michael's hands. He's averaging 32 shots a game against this Cleveland team. They're going to force some other guys to get into the action.
Pippen against Ehlo right away. Takes it down in the hole against Jordan, who's posted Bennett with the turnaround. And Michael Jordan says, so much for that defense on my first possession. Reversing to Pippen, missing from long range. Jordan with a rebound, the basket, and draws the foul from Larry Nance.
Well, Michael Jordan just does everything on the floor. Here's a rebound over Larry Nance. Scottie Pippen against Cleveland in the 3 ball games this year, shooting 16 for 50. So he has not been a good shooter. It looks like that they're gambling off of him and forcing Scottie Pippen to shoot the ball from the outside.
Michael got 54 against Cleveland early in the season. Jordan wanted the 3. Bennett backs off another step. He'll take it. He backed off another step, and Michael took him to the cleaners on the baseline.
Well, Michael Jordan,
you lose both ways.
They say, I better play him at the 3. There's a steal by Michael. He knocks it off Ehlo's leg. So
4 Cleveland turnovers.
Michael Jordan, how do you play him?
Bennett said, I'll get up in his face. No, I'll give him the 3. No. And by then, 2 are down.
That's right.
Grant from long range. Davis gets the rebound from behind Nance. Jordan goes and gets 3.
Well, a second shot opportunity. Charles Davis with a nice offensive rebound, and Michael Jordan delivering the 3-point shot. Michael Jordan has a way of making you do that.
Jordan sees a slight crack in the Cleveland defense and makes him pay. Jordan with 11. Mark Price says, I like to just watch Anderson dribble the ball. He's so good. High praise from a fine pro player in Mark Price. 5 on the shot clock. Jordan gets Ehlo airborne, hits the basket, draws the foul. That's slightly reminiscent of the shot in the playoffs.
A little bit. See, Michael loves a challenge. And there was a big article in the Cleveland paper today about Ehlo being an outstanding defender. Michael sees that and his eyes light up. You see the pump fake. There he is, hanging in the air. Price running at him, the bump, and the 3-point opportunity. And Michael Jordan loves a challenge. You've got to just let him play his game without challenging him like that, because he'll throw 50 at you.
Well, he's thrown 16 in the first quarter with 3 seconds remaining. Ehlo will have to launch it from just inside half court. Almost no cigar. Morton is on Michael Jordan. He was on him for a moment.
How about that? I mean,
then he
Michael
slipped off of him.
Well, I mean, he's driving to the basket. They go up and they wrap their arms around his waist, and he still gets the shot off. If you want to keep Michael Jordan shooting the ball, you better wrap your body around his arms and just not allow him to even get a shot off. But watch the strength here. Tree Rollins comes over, he grabs him, and Michael still makes the shot.
And goes to the line for what would be, if should he sink this, his 19th point in this game.
And only the 3rd of this quarter.
Remember, he's averaging 44 a game versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, leading the league with 33. Get this balance as Jordan goes to the line. Jordan has 19, Cartwright 5, Grant 4, Pippen 4, Davis 5, King 1. How about that for balance?
Yeah, well, Michael right now is carrying him until the rest of these guys can get involved offensively. That's the greatness of Michael Jordan.
Which comes in 1994.
Yeah, right. But the thing about Michael is he knows when he has to score, and tonight he feels it, that he needs to score points.
21 points already, 5:53 to go in the first half. 22 for Jordan. He's halfway to his average of 44 against these Cavaliers. I don't like that strategy to say, let's let Michael Jordan beat us if he can. Well, he can. Jordan with the double team, kicks it to King, back to Michael. What a beautiful play by Stacey King and Michael Jordan.
That's another
careless 25
pass.
and an opportunity to get 27. Jordan is down. He's all right. Nance draws the foul. He now has 2 personals, and Jordan 2 free throws away from having 27 with just under 5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Well, you're going to see the little inline out of bounds play. Michael Jordan popping off, and he's going to give it up to Stacey King and then cut right out of the double team. This is when he's so effective. When you double him, he gives it up and then cuts right out of the double team. Beautiful give and go, and then a careless inbounds pass. Chicago really hurting Cleveland with their full court pressure defense right now. They've changed the course of this ball game. They've got the game in the tempo where they want it now rather than to a half-court game. In the penalty, he's going to try to drive it, get to the foul line.
That's the pick from Purdue from long range. Jordan has 29.
He's having fun until you see Michael smiling.
And by the way, in case you just dialed in, we're not near the end of the game. We're near the end of the half.
Now watch Michael get to the line here. They're going to really get mad.
He got into the paint, gets the 2, and here come the boos. Michael with 31 points, 2 shy of his league-leading 33, and we're a minute 12 away from the end of the first half. Michael Jordan has been all over everybody. I mean, Michael with 31 points, only 2 below his average in the first half.
Well, we talked about the ways he's hurt this ball club, but when he gets to the line 9 times, he has 7 rebounds, he has 31 points. The Bulls shot 44% from the floor. Michael's shooting 11 for 15, so he's carried them in the first half. Michael has been sensational. I do believe, though, for them to win the basketball game, some of these other guys are going to have to step forward. Second chance points, you see Chicago 7-0, so they're +7 in that statistic. Now we talked about points off turnovers, 11-0, so they're +18 in second chances and points off turnovers. When you look at Cleveland, Bob, Brad Daugherty only got 3 shots at the basket, had no field goals. They've got to get the ball inside to him. We talked about Ehlo getting shots. He had 13 shots in the first half because of the double teams. And we see the balance there with the Bulls. Michael with 31, 5-5, and Charles Davis actually had his hand in 8 points. He had 5 points, and then he got an offensive rebound, kicked it out to Michael Jordan. So I thought he made a big contribution when Scottie Pippen went out. Boy, Larry Nance shooting a lot of jump shots.
This will be good. Just a routine dunk.
Yeah.
I give him. I'm like the judges at the
We're
slam
good critics
dunk.
here, aren't we?
Yeah, give me the free throw line 360 turnaround tongue on both sides of the mouth jam before I give him a high score. Jordan with 9 rebounds and 35 points. Remember, we told you early in this game that Jordan is averaging 44 a game against Cleveland this year, had 54 in the opener, and a good chance to go beyond that. At the end of the first quarter, we had him on track for 64 in this game. Let's see if he does it. And by the way, Paxson has donut, 0 points. Jordan on the pass and the bounce. Jordan was cutting to his left, turned around, hit a fadeaway shot moving laterally. That's not in anybody's textbook, best I recall. Bad shot. Now here's Jordan against Williams. Williams fouls Michael hard, but catches the franchise.
They're going to call
smart move by John Williams.
But they're going to call a breakaway foul on this. They're going to call contact in the back, and Lenny Wilkins is going to be upset with this. You know, Bob, I want to tell you something about the breakaway foul. The breakaway foul is not determined by the severity of the contact. That's not the intent of the rule. If you make contact in the back from behind, if your body is not in front of the guy and you're not playing the ball and you have contact in the back, it's a breakaway. As Hot Rod Williams got in front of him, I think that's a good call because John Williams was behind Michael Jordan, and this could be a 4-point play.
And the reason you see him at the line, it's not a technical. He goes to the line for the free throw, then he gets the other free throw, then the Bulls also get possession of the basketball.
So it could be a 4-point play here.
Exactly.
See, they put this rule in because the guy's being pushed in the back and all on fouls in a breakaway situation because they felt like guys were getting driven into the stanchion and getting hurt.
During your days as a player, it happened a lot. You saw some really severe fouls undercutting on breakaways.
Cleveland right now has got to stop him defensively, and Michael Jordan feels it, and it's going to be awfully tough to slow him down right now. Boom.
Oh, my. Michael Jordan has 41 points And the Bulls have an 11-point lead, and the Cavaliers have a timeout, and Lenny Wilkens is out here in the face of Bavetta. There's the technical foul.
He's going to get thrown.
He's going to get ejected. There's two. He's out of here. Lenny Wilkens is gone. He's still at Bavetta. Saw Lenny Wilkens go, "Ah, shucks."
Yeah.
That'll get you tossed. It's one of the words you can't say.
You know, Lenny Wilkens, one of the most mild-mannered coaches in the league. You see Dick Bavetta, and Lenny Wilkens felt like that there was a couple bad calls he didn't like.
Early in this game, Cleveland had a big disparity in fouls being called against Chicago. In the second quarter, that evened up in favor of Chicago. The crowd got into it. Cleveland got into it. Wilkens is now ejected. You can believe that these 20,000 fans at Richfield Coliseum will be all over this gentleman the rest of this game. Jordan hit the first of the two technicals. There's the second. Jordan now has 43 points in the game. Bulls by 9, 3:25 to go third quarter. Into Jordan. Over Price. Jordan has 45 points in this game.
Michael's going to go for 60 tonight, Bob. Michael will mark it down.
It's the Bulls by 15, minute 47 to go, third quarter. Stay with us, though. You're watching history by Michael Jordan. He could break 60 tonight. Has 49. About to go for two more. 3 on the shot clock. Over Ehlo.
Look who it ends up with, though, Michael. How does he get the ball?
Stacey King just tipped it back out to 23. It's like a rec league team where they've got the ringer.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not exactly like a rec league team. Jordan will go to the free throw line. Chucky Brown getting that time. Everybody's had their chance at trying to hammer at Jordan.
I tell you, we were sitting at lunch today. If you remember correctly, there's a big article on Cleveland today, and Michael talking about how much respect he has for Craig Ehlo as a defender. And we knew that Michael was going to come out tonight. When we were talking about at lunch today, that look out, because Michael loves these kind of challenges.
I just happen to have that with me, being the journalism person here. I bring all
Headlines,
these along.
what? Mission impossible.
Ehlo to try to ground Air Jordan. Yeah, well, the fog lifted, and Air Jordan has 51. They should have a chance with 3.3 if they've been watching the NCAA tournament. That's an hour. Morton on the drive. Gets the bucket. It'll count. 4 on the shot clock. Paxson's got trouble. They get it to Jordan. He goes for the 3. He gets the 3. Oh, my. Michael Jordan has 54 points. That matches the 54 that he got against Cleveland in the opening game in overtime this year. Jordan 6 away from 60. Now out of the screen to the left. Winston Bennett just all over Jordan. There's Jordan. He got away from him from 17. Jordan has 53. Make that 56. 56 for Jordan. Chicago by 4. It's playoff intensity here in this game. Jordan has 58. The next two-pointer by Jordan will give him 60. Jordan looking for his 59th and 60th points. He's got them. 60 points for Jordan.
See, you got to get the ball in his hands late in the game.
He misses the free throw. A big miss with 22.9 left. It's a 2-point game.
Now, see, I still, even if Michael makes this shot, I don't like a three-pointer at this time unless it comes out of the flow, because there's still plenty of time to foul.
It's a 3-point Chicago lead. Jordan has 61. That ties the most points scored in the NBA this year with Karl Malone, who scored 61 on January 27th.
Oh, no.
They lob to Nance. It's picked off by Grant.
Oh,
and fortunately for Cleveland, falls into the hands of Doherty.
That was a horrible
time remaining in the game, 15 seconds. Price kicks to Ehlo. He goes for 3. And hits it. Cleveland by 1. Oh, my. Craig Ehlo with the triple. But all right, here we go. Time remaining in the lower right.
Well, they're going to double up Michael Jordan here.
It's tied. Jordan's going for 3. He does not get it. We're in overtime at Richfield Coliseum. Jordan from 13. Jordan has 63, matching his career high, set back in '86 versus Boston in 2 overtimes. Nance went out on the foul. He's fouled out. That obviously significant as Bennett, Doherty, and Williams are at the front line now. Michael Jordan just set his career scoring record of 64 points.
See, now what happens again with being in the penalty now, the severity of that is that every time Michael puts it on the floor and is fouled, he's stepping up and shooting 2 free throws. So when he beats you on the drive, you've got to hope to get help without fouling him. That's a very difficult thing to try to do. Watch this now. Michael knows penalty. He drives it. That's pretty incidental contact in a game like this to put Michael on with a game of this importance, to put a Michael Jordan on the foul line.
That's 66 points for Jordan. I hope you folks have seen this from the beginning. Michael Jordan has been spectacular. Cleveland has mounted a courageous effort trying to beat Chicago here. Cleveland has 8 wins in a row here at home. They're trying to move into that 8th and final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference.
Interesting substitution now. Lett is in the ball game for B.J. Armstrong. I'm sure defensively, Mark Price ought to try to take the ball at him.
Career high 67 points, and you folks were here to see it. And he's not finished. He's going to probably end up 1 short of the 70 mark, but this will tie him with Pete Maravich right there. Pete Maravich had 68 along with Wilt Chamberlain. Maravich scored his 68 in 1977.
Cleveland is absolutely shell-shocked right now. They can't believe that Michael Jordan can continue to do this to him. This has been unbelievable.
69 points for Michael Jordan. And that puts Jordan in, let me just count them out loud here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8th place all time on NBA scorers. And of those 8, 6 are held by Wilt Chamberlain. Only David Thompson and Elgin Baylor, other than Chamberlain, have scored more than Michael Jordan in a game. It's been a beauty at Richfield Coliseum. A tough loss for Cleveland. The Bulls get a 4-point overtime victory. Michael Jordan with 69 points, and you saw him walk past the defender, Craig Ehlo. Remember what he said. The front page sports story here in Cleveland was, Ehlo, tough defender against Jordan. Jordan said, yes, he's good. I consider it a challenge. We'll be right back to Richfield.
Now let's go back to Bob Neal and Doug Collins for the excitement, the suspense. Who will be tonight's player of the game? Gentlemen.
Craig, if you had been listening in the first quarter, Doug and I named Michael player of the game early in this game. It's Chicago 117 over Cleveland 113. And yes, our Miller Lite player of the game on his career high 69 points. Michael Jordan, 18 rebounds, 6 assists. By the way, not shown there are 4 steals to go along with that. On behalf of Miller Lite TNT, proud to donate $1,000 to the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation in the name of Michael Jordan. Be sure to stay with TNT as NBA action continues with a Friday doubleheader. Knicks at the Bulls, followed by the Trail Blazers and Lakers, a big Pacific Division matchup. The whole doubleheader starts at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. So Michael Jordan puts on a show tonight, a courageous performance by the Cleveland Cavaliers, trying to get that important win that would have moved them into the 8th and final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. Jordan, 69 points, 18 rebounds. For Doug Collins, this is Bob Neal saying good night from Richfield Coliseum.